Hey guys, and today we're gonna vlog because my friend Nikki and I are going to the football game, and I'm a little emotional because I'm watching Gingaman, and I just got through one of the most emotional moments of Lost Galaxy. A part that I was really excited to see in Gingaman, even though I knew it was gonna be really emotional, because I always wanted to see what the real story was behind the images from the Sentai that they had, because back then it was really easy to tell what was American, what was Sentai, and it was a beautiful scene. As sad and emotional as it was a beautiful scene, and those of you who have seen Lost Galaxy probably know what I'm talking about. Those of you who've seen Gingaman probably know what I'm talking about. It's amazing. Like, Gingaman is interesting because while the overall story is very different, because Lost Galaxy is about a space colony and Gingaman is definitely not, I feel like there are so many similarities between like the side stories, I think is really interesting. So they kept it very similar to the Sentai without it being like an exact replica of the Sentai, because they changed the story. Because like I said, I mean, Lost Galaxy is about Earth sending out its first space colony and the space colony being attacked, where this is about Earth essentially and saving the Earth and bringing back this forest, which of course is incredible subtext about climate change, and I really like it. And I like when politics is subtext. Like, I've talked about that lots and lots of times. I don't like when politics is like, especially in kids shows, like really in your face, because I feel like even though I agree with saving the planet and decreasing, climate change, and even back in the 90s when this would have been taking place in the late 90s, but still, or mid 90s, I suppose, we were still talking about the hole in the ozone layer, and we were talking about global warming, and we were talking about humans needing to make changes in their lives to reduce climate change. Only it was a lot more controversial back then, and there were so many people who didn't believe in it, but now the science is just there. I mean, the science was there back then too, but back then it wasn't as like provable, I guess. At the time, like, there's so much more science behind it now. We're killing our planet. But I mean, that's essentially what the subtext is about in this, is that we're killing our planet. But I like when politics is subtext versus it being so blatantly out there, which is one of my issues with how Saban ran the show, especially with like Wild Force, with Wild Force, was that it wasn't subtext. He should have made it more subtexty, but he didn't. Because you can make subtext for kids shows. For crying out loud, there's so much subtext in a lot of kids stuff from the 90s that it's very easy to make subtext. I mean, The Land Before Time is nothing but subtext, and I love it, but I'm really into subtext. Anyway, and I mean, even so, like, it doesn't even have to come from the writer or the director, that the subtext doesn't even have to come from the writer or the director. Actors create their own subtext about their characters too. When their character is saying this, what about their life in the past made them say that, and then have subtext in there. Like, it's subtext is so cool, and I love it as a director, I love it as a writer, and I love it as an actor. It's what makes a good actor is understanding your character enough to know why they say the things that they say. Everything has a reason. Just like you as a person, you say something, your past, what has happened to you, has made you say the things that you say. And so what about your life makes you think the way you think and makes you say the things that you say? Same exact thing for a character. You have to think about, how they grew up, what led them to this moment in their past, what led them to this moment in their time right now, what in their past led them to here. Why do they say the things that they say? Anyway, I love subtext. I'm probably gonna make a whole video on subtext at some point because I love it so much. Japan has always been really good with subtext. It's why I love the animes that I love, is because I always talk about social commentary. The social commentary is the subtext. Like, it's not so, I mean, I think Gundam 00 is very, very blatant, I think, with its social commentary about religion being used as a weapon. Other than that, I think that it's very subtexty. I mean, even G Gundam, like, as much as I don't enjoy G Gundam because it's just so generic shonen, that it just doesn't strike a chord with me. Like, I can't get into it, no matter how many times I've tried, no matter how hard I tried. I've seen the whole thing, mind you. I watched it all when I was in high school. But it was never something that I was like super into. I have to even state, you know, that has subtext, that has social commentary. And I appreciate social commentary about, you know, our need to be victors no matter what we do to our planet. So again, it's a very like subtexty kind of thing where we're destroying our planet. In this case, we've already destroyed our planet and we're now using it as a battleground. And it's just, I mean, like I said, there's subtext even in things like that. There's subtext, I am sure, in shows that I just can't get into, like One Piece or Naruto. There's probably subtext in that too that I'm missing out on, but I really like subtext, and Japan has always been really good about subtext, so I appreciate it. Anyway, so we're going to the football game today, and I'm very excited about it. And I'm gonna take you guys with me because I'm very excited about going to the football game. And I'm gonna have to figure out what to do because I can't bring my purse into US Bank Stadium. I don't think I can bring my purse into any of our major league stadiums or fields anymore. I guess I don't know about Target Field or Target Center. That's what it's called. I know I can't Target Field because I don't go to Twins games very often anymore, but I used to go to Twins games once a year. And then so I know that, and I know I can't bring it into the Xcel Energy Center because I go to Wild games. I need to figure out when the Canucks are playing Wild because I need to make sure. I think it's in February, but yeah, so I need to figure that out. I need to figure out when I'm going to the Wild Canucks game this season. And then I've only been to US Bank Stadium once, but we were on our way in, and then this guy stopped us. He's like, "You're not gonna be able to get in with your purse." So I was wearing a Vikings sweater or sweatshirt. And I was like, oh, okay. So we walked back to the car and I put my purse back. And that was, if you look at my main channel, I vlogged that day too. Over on my main channel. So we had to go back. And then I didn't bring my camera because I didn't know how they'd feel about me bringing in a camera because like it's obviously the NFL and the NFL doesn't necessarily like when people use their images and things like that. So that was a lot of buildup for that one little tiny burp. That was really weird and uncomfortable. Anyway, so I'm gonna finish this disc of Gingaman. This is the last episode on the disc for Gingaman. I'm gonna finish this episode of Gingaman and then I'm gonna start getting ready to go. And Nikki and I are gonna go to the football game. And I'm very excited about it because it's the Vikings versus the Broncos. And if you guys are not familiar with my love for the NFL, the Vikings and the Broncos are my two favorite teams. I've been following them both for a very long time. It was 1998, I think. The 1998 Super Bowl like made me like the Broncos, and so I've been following them ever since. The Vikings and the Broncos are in different conferences. So the Vikings are in the NFC, and the Broncos are in the AFC. So they rarely ever play. And mind you, both football games that I've been to live at this point now. I've only been to one so far. Today will be a second. It's when we conference jump. Because if you guys don't know much about the NFL, there's only like a couple of games every season where a team will conference jump. And speaking of which, I gotta check did I even look at my fantasy league this week? They will conference jump like once or twice. And it just so happens that the Vikings never end up playing the Broncos when they conference jump. So this is such a treat for me and I'm super excited about it. Like the one time we're conference jumping this season and it's the Broncos and we were home. So like, I immediately texted Nikki when I saw that and she's like, no, I already bought our tickets. And I was like, yeah! Because she knows how much I love the Broncos. She likes to also make fun of me whenever the Broncos lose, which is a lot this season, so. They used to be my Super Bowl team. And then the person that made me fall in love with the Broncos became the GM of the Broncos, and now they freaking suck. So, just more proof that just because you're a good, in this case, player does not mean you would be a good manager. Same kind of thing in retail. Just because you're a good worker does not make you mean you're going to be a good manager. But anyway. All right. Watch this last episode of Gingaman. And then I'm going to get ready to go.
Keep an eye out for Fifth Ave.
Okay. I can do that. What are we doing?
We go football.
We go football?
We go football.
Who playing?
Broncos, Vikings.
Oh, do I like Broncos?
Yeah.
Do I like Vikings?
Yeah.
Oh, very excited. Are we coming here to see some football? Football.
Went up to the 301.
We go up there. We're too poor to sit down there.
Yep.
Quite frankly, I don't know if I'd want to. You can have
I love the top deck.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's kind of like when I'm at the hockey game. Yeah, it might be hard to follow the puck, but you get to see one. Like if you're sitting down there, you only see what's right in front of you. There is a really good mix of orange and purple.
Holmes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually quite surprised. Legitimately, I didn't think that there were as many. No, you're fine. I didn't realize that there were going to be as many Bronco fans as there are. Yeah, because I mean, I kind of feel alone on the world being a Vikings and Broncos fan. Now I wish I would have actually had the jersey that I was talking about where it's sewn in half.
Gotta get on there.
I need a lot of money to buy 4 different jerseys.
So we're row 7, seat 1 and 2.
Ooh.
You ready to go up?
Yeah.
Let's go. We made it to our seats.
I have a screw up,
7.
and then we both have beer.
Football day.
I have a Northeast, and you have a Coors, you said?
First night. Typical.
I want to look at Minnesota beer.
Yeah. I did. Hey, Colorado.
I was going to say it's a Colorado beer. Wait, I'm the Broncos fan of this friendship. Even though my shirt says Vikings, my heart is also Broncos. Broncos? Vikings. It's almost time to see if the Vikings give a shit about pyrotechnic rules. They're almost set up. So those columns are generally lit up with fire.
That dragon head lights on fire too.
Yeah, the dragon head also lights on fire at the tip of the ship.
I wonder if they'll at least allow the ship, but not the pillars.
Yeah, I don't know. But see, it's so weird because the fires are not even that large. Like, I don't understand. We'll see if they give a shit.
With the cheerleaders.
Goal line and the cheerleaders.
Minnesota Vikings goal line.
Woo!
A waste built upon the legends that have come before us.
It's time for the skull chant.
So the Vikings fan in me wants to do the skull chant, but the YouTuber in me wants to record it.
Whatever you want to do, you're going to do it a million times.
That's true.
You can record the first one and then at halftime.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what I decide. This skull chant's just so fucking cool. We stole it from the Icelanders.
But they gave us full permission.
They did. They gave us permission, and they're like super into it. Yeah. Oh, Broncos! Look at this. There is just a decent amount of orange.
At least we can do the steam.
Yeah, bish! Yeah, bish! Woo!
This is the north, the land of the ice.
it isn't gonna last, so I'm enjoying it while it happens.
And now they're going away from us, so her energy is going to be all different.
So my energy's probably gonna be cheering for the Vikings as soon because they're making all their plays down here, like touchdown and field goal is here, and now it'll be over there. So now I'll be far away from the Broncos.
The Vikings will be.
And the Vikings will be over here. So maybe I'll actually start cheering for the Vikings and not be confused.
We're in a sea of Bronco fans.
We are in a sea of Bronco fans here.
But you know, the fan bases are always like, yeah, each other.
Yeah, we're like good. We're two good fan bases. We don't like abuse people for liking
Also,
other
it's
teams.
like $100 round trip ticket to Denver. It's easy to get back and forth.
Indeed. But seriously, just the sheer amount of Broncos fans here is like I would expect that it's like a division, not a conference jumping game.
All the orange on the visitor side.
Look at all that orange. Broncos. He's Broncos too. Got Broncos up there.
They were doing the chant before.
They were.
Half of these Vikings fans are.
Now we're into the first half.
I'll give it until the first minute of the fourth, and then decide if we want to go or not.
Dude, it's my other team.
I'm driving.
I can get on the light rail.
Good luck fitting that shit after this game.
The Vikings fans are leaving.
Maybe.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Look it over there. Just the 300s. All getting on escalators.
I mean, to be fair, like you've been saying, this game doesn't really matter for the Vikings.
But I haven't seen Dan Bailey once.
No, you have not. You are correct. We've seen our kicker many times.
I don't need more McManus in my life.
You don't need more McManus in your life? What if he were to be brought to the Vikings?
It's not gonna happen.
So I decided that I was going to participate in the goal chant for the first half. So now I'm gonna film it.
It's not gonna be as enthusiastic.
This is true.
Not as enthusiastic. We gotta do something! Anything!
Second half. You like any kicker? Skull Vikings.
And then the good things happen and the bad things happen.
So I missed the after third quarter update because I had to go blow my nose because non-allergic rhinitis is my favorite thing. So Vikings had another touchdown while I was in the bathroom though.
Yeah, but they did miss the 2-point conversions.
They did a 2-point conversion. Or attempted. Kind of like the Broncos that one time where it was like they got a touchdown within like a minute. And they're like, let's just do a 2-point conversion for shits and giggles. Just for funsies. And they did not get it.
So we needed it.
Yeah.
They would have given us the win if we had gotten another touchdown.
were further away. Because they had to go for a Hail Mary. Oh my God! I can't handle it.
Straight up adrenaline.
Woo! Oh my goodness, that was a good game though. Such a good game.
Yeah.
We're waiting out the crowd a little bit.
Still like, damn.
Oh my God, that was such a good game.
It feels so bad for the team in front of us that were all Broncos fans, even though he's half my nigga, but he was all in on
I was gonna say he's like me where he likes both. But for me, like I legitimately was like,
home game Lions on the 8th.
yeah, okay. Division game next. Woo! Against
the Lions.
I was gonna say against the worst team in our division, but we're only the second worst team in our division.
No, we're not. The
Oh, we're
Bears are.
second? Oh, the Bears are worse. They're my defense on my fantasy league.
Haven't been doing so hot the last week.
That's true. I forgot about that. I mean, are we gonna get to the Super Bowl?
Now if we're playing like that, it took forever to get us going.
But I mean, to be a second half team like that in the Super Bowl would be amazing.
No, it will be absolutely terrifying.
The Yallerhorn! I should probably maybe do like a little Norwegian lesson to my fans.
Yeah.
My fans.
Are you talking about the Yallerhorn?
Yallerhorn, Vikings in general. What skull means. It does, but it literally was invented from drinking blood out of your enemy's skull. The Vikings didn't mess around.
Look at how empty this stadium is now.
This is what it looked like when we got here. And we got here like, what, an hour and a half before the game?
I always get here an hour and a half before. So you can get food, you can get drinks, you can sit down and relax, get into the atmosphere.
I've had 2 screw-ups and a beer. I'm feeling good.
I'm fine. All that adrenaline got it right through me.
Which is good because you're the one driving.
I haven't even finished my beer from the beginning.
Oh my God, that's true. You haven't.
I'm not gonna, because now it's piss warm.
Yeah, but if you were in England, that's how they'd serve it. I wonder how they serve it in Norway.
Probably called you out that steak.
I'll have to ask Stig. He's my cousin that lives in Norway. That is like Norwegian. Like, not that he moved to Norway. Like he lives in Norway and has for his entire life. He's my cousin that lives there. And he likes the Vikings.
You better like the Vikings. It's like the Icelandics.
It's true that the Icelandics have adopted, ever since we did the skull chant, the Icelandics have adopted the Vikings as their like NFL team.
They're little like, hey, we like this. They're my mascot now.
So I realized just now that I never closed out this vlog. My voice is so shot. So I have damage to my vocal cords. So I lose my voice very easily, which is a bummer considering I'm somebody who does voiceover acting. It's not great. And I wish I could say I could go on vocal rest tomorrow, but unfortunately my job requires me to speak. So I'm just cuddling with my Nova. We were just watching Shameless. New episode tonight. And I really wasn't sure how it was gonna go without Fiona around, but it's doing well. Well, the first 2 episodes at least were good. So, anyway. Oh, you're yawning too? Are you yawning too? Okay, you yawn too. But yeah, so I'm just gonna close out this vlog here. And hopefully I'll actually edit some of these. I have 3 now. This is the 3rd that I have to actually like edit. It was a fun day. But like I have so many things going against me on days like this because I had like an adrenaline rush. Plus I'm an extrovert, so I pick up on other people's like energy. Well, I am more energized when I'm around a bunch of people. So I had adrenaline. Plus I'm an extrovert. Plus, I'm an empath, and if you guys don't know what empaths are, I don't know if you believe in, like, spiritual stuff, but an empath is somebody who can sense other people's emotions and take them on. And I try not to anymore now that I know, like, how to control it a bit better. I try really hard not to, But when the emotion is so strong, why are you not focusing? Is there a ghost around? Anyway. But when I've got all that going against me, but being an empath is very exhausting. And being an extrovert when you're alone is very exhausting. And having an adrenaline crash is very exhausting. So like, I am so tired. I shouldn't be this tired. Anyway. All right. I need to get up. Or I could just sleep on my couch. I forgot to bring this upstairs. I did not drink when I got home. It was so funny because my mom even asked me about that because I had dinner with my parents up in their unit. And my mom was like, didn't you drink tonight? Why didn't you drink tonight? And I was like, because I drank so much at the game that I just didn't want to like drink. I was feeling pretty good during the game. I don't know if anybody else noticed that I was slightly buzzed. To the point that I would not have gotten behind the wheel. Like, I'll just put it that way. But yeah, I was feeling good. And then I was sober by the time the game ended. And definitely sober by the time I got home. So, anyway. Alright. I'm done. I'm gonna go sleep now. I'm gonna get up and go to bed. Come on, Nova. Oh, I suppose I should say the words that Cosmo likes and then I'll get Nova up.